All right, so I realized nothing's coming out of the fuel injectors. You see all this gas here? It was built up in this black tube. So it's coming to the injectors, but they're not shooting out. So I don't know if just these injectors are not working or what the issue is, but I'm going to try swapping out the other injectors and see if I get anything different. All right, so I finally kind of figured it out. So I switched out the injectors. These ones aren't firing either. So I took this and sprayed it down in these tiny little holes where the injectors go. I only sprayed 2 of them because it's really hard to get it down in there without like a straw. Yeah, no, it smells really bad in here, so I have to get like a straw so I can aim it better. But when I did that, the bike just about started. It almost started. So that tells me the problem is, damn, I need to open this up. That tells me the problem is it's not getting fuel. So obviously it's not going to turn on if it's not getting fuel. So now I just have to figure out why. I'm hoping it's not an ECU issue where it's not communicating to the injectors. I'm hoping, but like it's getting to here, it's just not coming out of the injectors. So I don't know if it's something with these plugs, like if that's the issue, if there's an ECU problem, which I really hope not. But now I'm gonna have to figure out why it's getting to the injectors but not out of. All right, just for a quick demonstration, I set my camera up above the holes. I don't really care anymore. I'm gonna spray some of this into the 3 that I can easily get to, kind of, and I'll show you what it sounds like when I use the starter fluid. Oh. Kind of had it for a second, but yeah, that's the issue. Figured it out. It's not getting fuel, so now I just have to figure out why. All right, so I got out the multimeter and I've been testing the fuel injectors, and what I realized is these are only getting about 5 volts when I'm trying to crank the bike over, which is the problem. They're supposed to be getting 12, and since we're only getting 5, these aren't opening, the injectors aren't opening, and they're not firing down into where they need to go. So all the fuel and pressure is getting built up in this tube, and it's not coming out of here because, like I just said, they're not getting enough power to work. So I was thinking maybe it was a tip over sensor, but I mean, it looks fine to me. Like, it's upright, it's secured in there, so I don't think that's the issue. So it could just be a weak ground, could be like a bad connection somewhere, some plug might be loose, I don't know. But I have to figure out why these aren't getting enough power to open up and spray, and then once I get that figured out, I should be good to go. Not that the bearings have even shipped yet, but besides that, the bike should be running. All right, so I was messing with the multimeter again, and this time I was testing the actual injectors, this part, instead of the plug they connect to. And what I realized is this 4th injector is bad. It was only reading 13 ohms while the other ones were reading around 23 or 24. And on this one, they're reading 29, all 4 of them. So this injector is probably bad. And when I looked it up, it did say that one bad injector can cause the ECM to not, to shut them all down basically, so none of them will fire because one of them is bad. So what I'm going to do is take one off of here, replace that one, and see if that helps. All right, I swapped them out and immediately changed my mind because now they're all reading 17. even those ones, which I don't understand how that just happened, how they went from reading 23, 24 to 17 that quickly. So I don't know what the problem is, but I had hopes for it. I'll still try it anyways, just to see if that somehow made a difference. But yeah, they're still not firing. Okay. Then I don't know what that was. Alright, so I just wanted to do a quick update on the bike. As you can see, the battery's missing. I'll get to that, but I have the tank and everything back on. So I've been getting a lot of help from people on Instagram, which I really appreciate. And one of those people is Rick Ertel. I already asked him if I could shout him out. He said that was cool. So I'm going to put his Instagram right here as like a thank you for helping me out. But what he sent me was the assembly instructions for this. So this is fuel injection tuning. As you can see, this bike is tuned, which is cool because like it's going to make it faster, but we're thinking that's kind of the problem. So he was looking into it and he sent me the assembly instructions for it. And what I noticed was this. So this little thing, me and my friend Travis that like work on bikes together usually and stuff, we never really saw that before. So I was trying to find it. Like I was looking at other people's videos about like other stuff of the bike and seeing if they had it. And I noticed like I wasn't really seeing it on other people's, but the one guy that I did see something like this on had his disconnected. He also had the battery like disconnected, but he didn't have this hooked up. And when he put everything back in, he didn't say anything about it. He never mentioned it. He didn't show like if he was connecting it or not. So I didn't know what to do with it. I had it connected at one point, and I'm not sure what really happened. I don't really remember what happened when it was connected, but I thought maybe this was like taking power away and maybe it was an issue. So, but anyways, I looked at the manual Rick sent me and I realized that this is for the tuning. It's a ground. So I'm thinking maybe since I didn't have this connected, that's why the injectors aren't firing. I'm really hoping that's the issue at least. So right now I have the battery charging at advanced because I drained it again trying to start it. And now every time I tried it, it's just getting clicking noises even with the jumper hooked up to it. So I have it charging right now. Whenever it's finally done, I'm going to go get it. And when I hook it back up, I'm going to make sure I have this piece in there and hope that that's been my problem the whole time. I'll be annoyed for how stupid I am, which I'll be the first person to admit that I'm dumb. But like, I'll be happy if it works, obviously, but I'll be mad at myself for being stupid to have it disconnected. But that's just an update with what we're trying to figure out. So a couple people think it might be this, but like, I don't know. So when I get the battery back, I'm gonna hook this up and try to get a start and see if that works. All right, so got the battery back. It's at 12.9 now, so it should be good. I actually have this hooked up this time, this ground here. So I'm about to find out if that was the problem or not. I have the garage door open just in case some miracle happens. See, this is lit up, which makes me think it still works. But here we go. I don't understand, bro. What the? Okay. Well, that smells horrible. I'm gonna try to figure out what just happened. All right, so I guess this was the problem, why it wouldn't start, because I'm stupid. I originally had this attached, and then I thought it was taking away some of the amps and screwing up, so I disconnected it. And because, like I said in the other videos, nobody mentioned it or anything, so I kind of thought maybe it just sits there for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm dumb. So I guess that was a problem. But now I have to figure out why it sounds like it's full throttle as soon as it started. Some people were saying it sounds like it's sucking air, like that there's a leak somewhere in the air intake, and that could be the issue. So I might have to check out the bottom of the air box. I don't know. But I might try starting it again, see if it calms down. I might not. I gotta see if that's a good idea or not. Alright, being the genius I am, threw more gas in it, and I moved it outside because I'm going to try again, and if it explodes, at least we won't be completely inside. So I'm going to try starting it again, and if it's still doing that, I'm going to twist the throttle a little bit and see if that helps, because clearly throttle seems fine. So I'm not sure what that was, but here we go. I'm a little nervous. Really? Okay, nope. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. Alright, so unfortunately it's still revving way up as soon as I turn it over. So I'm gonna have to check the throttle position sensor, which is right here. Conveniently right behind the frame. So what I'm gonna have to do is take all of this stuff back off, take the entire airbox off, not just the lid, so that I can get down here and check it, because this blue wire right here with that little red part on it, that's part of the fuel injector tuning that they have in this bike. So it's not stock, but it's connected to the throttle position sensor, so I'm gonna have to take everything off and check it out. Oh, that was a huge pain, but I finally got it off, so now I have to check all of these wires. Well, like 20 seconds later, I think I might have found the problem. I'm sure that doesn't help. I'm gonna have to replace this too, which sucks, but if that's the problem, then I'll be able to just undo these, put in the new one, screw them back in, and then it should be good to go, hopefully. But yeah, I'm gonna assume that's where my problem is. Alright, so what I'm seeing from forums and diagrams is that this is the accelerator position sensor, which would, I assume, would cause it to shoot up to max RPM like it does when it starts. The problem is trying to find that online to buy a new one, because I'm pretty sure it needs replaced. And another problem I've realized is twisting the throttle does not get these to open, which it should. So I have to figure out why that is too. This spins when I twist the throttle, but these do not. So I'm not sure if that's somehow just because this is broken, but I gotta figure that out. Alright, so I got it out, which was a huge pain because it's hard to get the one screw that's down in there. But what I'm seeing is this is the accelerator position sensor. And when you look at the symptoms of a bad one, they match up with the symptoms that my bike is having. So the only problem is when I reverse image search it, the only things that come up are for cars. But they look exactly the same. So like, I think what I'm gonna do is just buy one that says it's for a car and see if it'll work, because they look exactly the same. The only thing that matters really is that it's the same size, I guess, and that it works. I'm not 100% sure that this doesn't work anymore, but I'm going to assume, based on this, that it doesn't. So I'm just going to get a new one and replace it and hope that fixes the problem. Well, I was trying to hold it to take a picture of it, and I accidentally broke it in my hand. So new one should be here in about 2 days. I'll be gone, but when I get back, I will plug it in as long as it fits. Plug it back in. Probably give it one more look over, see if I notice anything else. If not, I'm unfortunately might just say that was the issue and go through the pain that is putting the airbox back on, putting the bike back together, and seeing if that fixed the issue. Which, if it didn't, and I put everything back together, that's gonna really suck, because getting this off was a pain. But hoping this was the problem. The one I ordered says it's for an Outlander, but it looks exactly the same. And like I said, I'm just hoping, as long as the size is the same, that it works. So I'll figure it out when it gets here. Alright, so the new sensor came in. It does fit right into the plug, so all I have to do now is get that piece on. Yeah, like that, and then I'm just going to screw it in. So got some more progress, I guess, by replacing that, but unfortunately I leave in 2 days for a good amount of time for Army schooling, so this won't get done before I leave, which sucks, but it is what it is. I will pick up where I left off when I get back. So unfortunately, that's gonna have to do it for this one. I wanted the end of this video to be like fully done, but fairings still have yet to ship, and I still have work to do. So unfortunately, it's not gonna be it. But thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping up if you have, and I'll see you in the next one, which should hopefully be the last working on this video.